Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. As Days of Our Lives Paulina gets devastating news, two loved bones return to be by her side. Good effects come to those who stay, which in this case would be Days of Our Lives suckers. Unfortunately, good effects occasionally also come to those who've just gotten bad news, as is about to be the cruelly ironic case for Paulina. Still, February 19th, you know that effects sounded to be on the upswing for Paulina, if you watched the occasion which vented on Monday. Kayla reported that the surgery had been successful and all of the cancer had been removed. Sure, it would be a many days before she could engage in one of her favorite pastimes, talking. But else, Paulina appeared to be in the clear. Further, another brace of iconic characters is set to return to Salem, yet by occasion's end, she went from quailing to virtually agitating in pain. Easily, she's not out of the forest land yet. And grounded on teasers for what's set to unfold in Salem coming week, effects are going to get worse before they get better. At the morning of the week, several of those closest to her will get bad news from Paulina. How bad? Well, bad enough that on Thursday, February 29th, Eli and Lonnie will be returning to the oil. Lamont Archie, Sal Stowers, Days of Our Lives set NBC Studios Burbank 2/03/22 Copyright XJ Johnson /tvastudios.com 310-657-9661 Observers know that Lonnie was transferred to captivity after boggling her natural father in order to cover Mama Paulina. Not long later, Eli wound up moving so that he and their lovable halves could be near to the captivity to which their mama had been doomed. That was way back in July of 2022. Lonnie did return in 2023 after Abe, whom she for several times inaptly believed to be her pater, was incorrectly believed dead thanks to the capers of his kidnapper, the unstable Whitley. As for Eli, he's popped into city on a couple occasions, giving everyone a chance to catch a regard of Kitty's Carver and Jules. Further Days is about to do a time jump. It goes without saying that having Lonnie by her side during this delicate period will mean the world to Paulina, especially given all they've been through. You'll recall that not only did Lonnie have to deal with the fact that Abe was her father, but that her cherished Aunt Paulina was actually her mama. Sal Stowers, Jackie Harry Lonnie Paulina clinch bind police station Chp Days. There's no word yet as to how long Lonnie and Eli will remain in city or how the family reunion will play out. Since exiting the show, Stowers has kept extremely busy, between getting engaged and doing a guest bow on Tyler Perry's primetime Cleaner Sisters. And of course, Archie came a recreating cast member on the series All-American and starred in the twisty-turny continuance suspenser Every Breath She Takes as the new beau of a woman who may or may not have boggled her hubby, who may or may not actually be dead. Stephanie suspects Bobby cheated. Paulina's cardiac episode Days of Our Lives, DOL, spoilers recap for Monday, February 19th, reveals that Kayla Johnson, Mary Beth Evans, talked to Paulina Price, Jackie Harry, about her surgery going well and set her up with a whiteboard to communicate since she would be suitable to speak duly for a while. Abe Carver, James Reynolds, Chanel DiMera, Raven Bowens, and Johnny DiMera, Carson Boatman, were glad to hear the procedure was putatively a success. Kayla got updates on the marriage fests before Johnny sang a song for Chanel and played his guitar. Once Kayla got the news that Trip Johnson, Lucas Adams, didn't show up for his shift, she tried to reach him on Monday's Days occasion and ultimately grew concerned as she left a voicemail. Back with Paulina, she was in good spirits and enjoyed Johnny's musical performance. After Johnny and Chanel cut the cutlet, Paulina suddenly had a health reversal and was in visible torture. Kayla was advised to a code MI, so she ran to Paulina's side and prompted the nanny to get the cardiologist down there. At the Kiriakis manse on Monday's Days occasion, Constantine Melianis, John Capellos, continued to charm Maggie Kiriakis, Suzanne Rogers, with a Greek mess, some stories and a sweet card. Constantine also opened up about losing his son, Katharina, Ellie Patricios, in a tragedy and pulled Maggie closer in the process, so she let him give her a kiss goodnight. While Maggie respected Victor Kiriakis, John Aniston, portrayal wistfully, Constantine drank in his room and got choked up over Katharina. At the cantina. On Monday's DOL show, Jada Hunter, Elia Cantu, raged over Everett Lynch's, Blake Barris, claims that he was Harek's husband, Bobby Stein. Although Jada offered up their old engagement print as substantiation, Everett allowed. There were plenitude of people with doppelgangers in the world. Jada hovered to haul Everett down to the station and have him fingerprinted to prove he was Bobby, but Everett acted like she was losing it and stood by his story. Stephanie Johnson, Abigail Klein, refocused out that Everett suffered some amnesia due to getting hit by an auto, but Everett was certain that he'd no way met or been married to Jada. There were some minor gaps in Everett's recollections, but nothing as major as huge gobbets of time and whole connections with other people, least according to him. On Monday's day's occasion, Jada was induced that Everett was lying and felt she could see it in his eyes. After Jada advised Stephanie not to let herself get obliged any longer, she pledged that Bobby would be exposed. Rafe Hernandez, Galen Gehring, ultimately led Jada down and tried to calm her down in the city forecourt. Jada was worried when she allowed Rafe might believe Bobby over her, but he claimed he just wanted to be careful about serious allegations. After Rafe assured Jada that he'd help her get to the bottom of effects hereafter, he got her on board with spending the rest of their Valentine's Day relaxing. Back with Stephanie, she sounded concerned over the engagement ring she set up and flashed back Jada discovering Bobby's infidelity due to a jewelry expenditure. Stephanie grew upset about being the other woman, but Everett claimed he wasn't Bobby and kept trying to act like Jada was making insane allegations. When Everett tried to get Stephanie to come back to his room and talk about this over a nightcap, she didn't suppose that was a good idea and left on her own. Days of Our Lives spoilers say some surprises are still to come in Everett's mysterious plot. Who is Everett on Days of Our Lives? There's a veritably good reason why Everett looks familiar on Days of Our Lives. It's because his portrayer, Blake Barris, preliminarily played Nick Fallon on The Cleaner. The actor made his debut in his brand new part in the October 30, 2023, occasion, and while he originally appeared mild-mannered and inoffensive, there's easily further to this Joe than meets the eye. Everett may not be Nick, but could he actually be Bobby? Stephanie Johnson was stunned when she opened her apartment door to find her partner, Everett Lynch, standing there. He explained that he'd come to Salem to find her, but she indicted him of tiptoeing her. Still, Everett revealed that he'd actually been hit by an auto and was placed in a medically convinced coma. When he came to, it took time to recapture his health as well as his memory. He pulled her into a kiss, but she pushed him down, informing him she was living with someone. Before leaving, Everett claimed that he loved her as much now as he always has and always will, which left her shaken. Chad DiMera was formerly jealous of Everett being in Stephanie's life again, so the Joe getting a job at The Spectator and hiring his partner to do PR didn't help. Although Everett sounded to be making advance with Stephanie, indeed getting invited to the Horton Thanksgiving, he was fired by Xander Kyriakis after Chad bought the review and forced his hand. Realizing his mistake, Chad backpedaled and rehired Everett, and the two men worked together with Harris Michaels on a big story about the medicine problem in Salem. Chad and Stephanie called it quits, and he was shaken to see her participating a kiss with Everett on New Year's Eve. As 2024 began, Everett continued butting heads with Chad over the stylish way to run the paper. Stephanie invited Everett to join her, Rafe Hernandez, and Jada Hunter at the Brady pub, but it appeared that as soon as he caught sight of Jada, he slipped out unseen by everyone. Everett latterly invited Stephanie to his room to confess that he didn't want to be just musketeers presently. She agreed to stay the night, but only in each other's arms. Everett continued working with Chad on the medicine story, canvassing Lucas Horton and visiting Clyde Weston in captivity.